Police Department Interim Chief Robert Dunn, who you will be hearing from in a moment. And we're here to announce a new enforceable agreement that California DOJ has reached with the City of Torrance and the Torrance Police Department to reform the department's policies and practices, improve accountability, and strengthen the relationship between its officers and the community they serve. I want to start by emphasizing that this agreement was forged in partnership with Torrance Police Department. It was a collaborative effort in reaching out to our office to conduct an independent review. Torrance Police Department has demonstrated a commitment to self-reflection, to looking inward, to find real solutions, to solve problems, to address systemic challenges. That is not always an easy feat, but it's always worthwhile, and I just want to lift up the Torrance Police Department for taking that important step. Accountability and transparency are the cornerstones of justice, and the tenets this enforceable agreement is built upon. So let me back up for a moment to just recontextualize where we are. This process began in 2021 when it was discovered that two then Torrance Police Department officers spray painted a swastika on a car they'd helped impound. A criminal investigation into that vile incident revealed a number of racist and homophobic and anti-Semitic text messages that had been exchanged between more than a dozen Torrance police officers. The police chief at the time reached out to California DOJ for help, making it clear that he and the department had zero tolerance for this kind of misconduct that had come to light. DOJ initiated an independent review to identify and address systemic failures in the department's policies and practices. Throughout the process, Torrance PD has fully cooperated with our independent review, providing unlimited access to sworn officers and civilian personnel, sharing records and information, and making itself accessible to our team. The independent review process also solicited input from the public through town hall and interviews with community members. As a result, DOJ was able to produce a report of our findings that we're making available to the public, and we were able to reach an enforceable agreement with Torrance PD that includes an extensive 5-year plan, all of which we're releasing today. So here is the independent review of the Torrance Police Department. It includes all of our findings and recommendations, a good amount of detail, broken up by different subject matter and areas of focus and priority. And so this is unique. This is a first of its kind that we've done in combination with the other efforts. We started with a memorandum of understanding with the Torrance Police Department, and then today we are issuing this independent report as well as an enforceable agreement. And we believe that this model is unique and uniquely impactful. There is great ownership and commitment by the Torrance Police Department to make the changes. We're grateful that they have shown that and demonstrated that commitment, and we believe that the transformational change for the better, building trust, improving safety, helping eliminate bias, will all ensue as a result. Our report outlines issue areas in need of improvement, including Torrance Police Department's systems for standards, supervision, oversight, and accountability, disparities and bias in policing, use of force, community policing, employment practices, and the department's organizational health. Stemming from our independent review and resulting report, we have created a 5-year plan with an extensive range of necessary reform. For example, the department has agreed to expand and improve data collection and analysis, and to regularly use it to recognize, understand, and respond to trends, disparities, and deficiencies in policing practices, equipment, and operations. So a commitment to using data and information, facts for data-driven solutions and evidence-based policies. It has agreed to improving and ensuring timely and appropriate training for staff and supervisors, including revising its use of force training. It will redesign its early intervention system to better flag potential issues that can lead to problems or misconduct if left unaddressed. including incorporating input from community stakeholders. It will increase its focus on supporting the mental health and wellness of its employees, improving morale, and making sure that employees are supported leads to better, safer, fairer policing. Finally, it will implement and sufficiently resource independent external oversight, ensuring true transparency, accountability, and engagement with the community, a step that was informed by feedback from the community. We're requiring that Torrance solicit input from the community to determine the best model for its needs, and I look forward to seeing that unfold. It will result in independent external oversight. In other communities, there have been different types of models used, including an investigative commission or an auditor. Those are just potential possibilities. The community, in concert with the city and the police department, will determine the best course going forward. I want to be clear. California DOJ does not take the concerning circumstances that led to this review lightly. They are serious, they are significant, and they needed attention and solutions. I'm confident that Chief Dunn, Torrance Mayor George Chen, and their teams share that view and are 100% ready and willing to transform the department and cultivate a culture that denounces any and all misconduct. A culture where good policing can thrive and where anything short of that is nipped in the bud, identified early, and intervention that is appropriate would ensue. It's rare for a police department to proactively seek out review and willingly work with us as partners to identify systemic issues and find solutions. I hope other agencies will look at Torrance's commitment to improvement, to transparency, and to partnership with our office as a model. If others are waiting for a sign to make changes for the better, consider this it. Reach out to us, and we will work with you in partnership to get you on the right track. I want to thank Torrance PD and the City of Torrance for working with us through this process and for their agreement to undertake the recommendations we've outlined in the report. This is an important step towards improving Torrance PD's practices and policies and strengthening trust between officers and community members. I'm optimistic that this enforceable agreement will lead to real reform and real results that will allow Torrance PD to better protect the community it's here to serve. In a moment, I'll turn it over to Chief Dunn to say a few words, and then we'd both be happy to take whatever questions you might have. But before I do, I want to thank the public servants on my team at California DOJ who worked on this independent review, report, and agreement. Again, a historic combination. Tanya Koshi, Robin Goldfaden, Dominique Alcaraz, Francisco Balderrama, Jesse Bassbaum, Christina Riel, Jennifer Soliman, Christina Gutierrez, Vilma Palma Solana, and Cherokee Melton. Thanks to a great team working overtime to deliver the results that we're seeing today that I have the honor and privilege of announcing to the state. Each of them has dedicated their careers to promoting public safety, supporting good police work, and ensuring justice for all who call California home. It's an honor to call you colleagues. With that, please let me turn it over to Chief Dunn, and then we will both circle back for questions at the end. Chief Dunn.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. As the Attorney General said, my name is Robert Dunn, the Interim Police Chief of the City of Torrance. And for the Torrance Police Department, today marks the culmination of the first phase of our efforts to bring more accountability and transparency to the Torrance Police Department. Some 4 years ago, we invited the Department of Justice into our department to take a hard look at all aspects of our organization. We gave them everything they asked for and unlimited access to any of our employees. I want to thank the Attorney General and your office and all the staff that you mentioned for being wonderful partners through this process. Again, I would say this is something that we requested. This is an important opportunity for improvement through better policies, better technology, better ways to track performance, more transparency with our community. All of those things are positive for any police department, and we have embraced them fully and will continue to embrace them through this next phase. So from the members of the Torrance Police Department and from myself, the Interim Police Chief, we are committed to the next phase of this process. We will continue to work through the reforms as outlined in the report that you've gotten, and we look forward to being closer connected to our community and doing this together. Thank you.